Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new Genshin Impact reaction video where tonight we're going to be checking out Odette's teaser.
Very nice. I'm just excited for Snezhnaya, so let's just dive right in.
Yeah, let's go.
I say as I'm the one that has the easiest access to it. I'm in a very odd place because I really want to pull her.
Odette, your technique is flawless. What you need to work
Why'd you say
on
it so scary like that?
is conveying feeling and emotion.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, the tips of her heels are like ballet shoes. Oh, interesting.
You're hiding behind other people's emotions, Odette. Show me how you feel.
Also, I love the little bit of eye makeup she has. Does she normally have that in her model, or is that just a specific thing for this?
I don't know.
That's
Oh.
right, I almost forgot.
I completely forgot.
In this land of relentless snow and never-ending winter.
Oh, she left behind her.
There to feel.
Interesting.
I feel anger, resentment, and hatred.
Huh.
Towards us?
Where do
I-
these feelings fit
I
in?
don't know. Ooh, that's cool.
On the stage.
Ooh, gorgeous.
That was really pretty. You okay?
No, probably not.
Let's leave it there. Does it hurt? Here, let me help.
Don't worry, Mom.
Oh, that's your mom.
I stopped feeling pain a long time ago.
Okay.
Well, that sets a tone.
Ooh,
I wonder what our dynamic with her is going to be because
very interesting. As soon as she finds out we're basically the reason that she died. Oopsies.
we didn't strike the final blow.
We didn't, but she did die because we thwarted her plans. So, you know, there is that.
I'm just going to hope for the best.
Not that, I mean, she was doing terrible things there. Don't get me wrong.
By the way, I learned something from the comment section of the live stream video.
Oh?
Apparently, it is back in the day, ballerina like shoes with like heels were a thing,
Fascinating.
and that terrifies me. Like that actually terrifies me.
Like
I'm scared of
landing
regular
wrong?
heels, man. As a dude, I'm scared of normal heels. Imagine ballet heels.
Like falling over in like normal ballet shoes sounds painful, but like landing and then landing wrong on the heel.
I know.
Ah,
I've seen
that
ballet
sounds
shoes.
terribly painful.
I've seen like, okay, to be fair, I was in like a museum and it was like ballet shoes from like 50-ish to 100 years ago. But like they looked uncomfortable, man. They looked really uncomfortable.
Kind of.
So
Or
like,
at least from what I've heard. I don't know.
I've never taken ballet, so I have no exposure to this whatsoever.
Personally, no experience in that.
But it looks terrifying. Props to all of you people who have taken it. Let us know. What are your thoughts on it? Is it like fun? Is it painful? Like, let us know all the facts.
Also, thank you for educating us on
'Cause-
the fact that those exist.
Yeah,
It's very neat.
I was shocked to find out that that was a real thing. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
But yeah, dude, Odette. Odette is an interesting character, and now she's even more interesting.
Very, very fun character dynamic that usually we don't get because most characters we meet in Genshin are either friendly to us or like neutral when we first meet.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a real antagonist, potentially. We're probably going to be
Probably not.
friends.
Well, okay. Yes, I agree with your potential, but it's Genshin, so I don't think it'll go that way. But you never know.
Would be interesting.
It would be interesting. Imagine
least-
if the gotcha character of the first version is like trying to kill us for half the quest. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. And a dynamic we haven't really gotten yet. I'm
No.
not really counting Child in that.
Child's kind of just crazy, but like in a good way.
Yeah. For him, it was never like personal of why he was fighting us. It was, the job and stuff.
And even then, like, you still have the quest leading up to the fight, which is just you hanging out with him and buying stuff. And then even when he fights you, he's just like, it's nothing personal. I just want to fight. It's like, okay.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Okay.
But, they could take this in a direction where it is very interesting, where
It is personal.
It is very personal.
Yeah.
And, we could have that antagonistic thing. Or maybe we meet and we don't know that yet. And we're like friendly at first, but then she finds out about that somehow.
And then it like goes into like the 7.1 maybe or something. That would be interesting.
Or
like,
it could also be interesting that the traveler realizes what she's talking about.
And then it's like,
And then maybe we tried to hide that and stuff. But I think it's pretty obvious that we're the traveler. So
absolutely.
I think it's probably obvious that she knows that we're the reason that she died. So
going off of the character teaser, she seems to be like an assassin, and the Vitui are very well read up on, global events.
So
they know who we are. I don't think there's any hiding that.
so she probably knows we're responsible for her death.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'd assume.
So that's going to lead to a very interesting character dynamic, or the possibility of one, whether or not they actually
Do anything
do
with
that.
it? It's up. Yeah, it's up in the air.
Because it's always scary to do like, ooh, that character doesn't like the MC.
Yep.
And usually gotcha games are scared to do that because they don't want to like turn away potential people, spending money and pulling for them.
Which is honestly a real concern. I mean,
is a
there
concern.
were like, I want to make my stance clear. I actually like when villains are playable, and I really like it when there's a really interesting dynamic with that kind of drama and everything going on in my personal video game stories. That's what I like, at least. But at the same time, I also know there was quite a few people that, I'm going to use Star Rail here as an example. A lot of people skipped out on Saridra.
Yeah.
Because she actually does some really yikesy things in the story, even if it was for the greater good. She does do some yikesy things.
Admittedly, greater good for her angle. She is very much her focused, and it was only kind of coincidentally that our angles lined up a bit.
But at the same time, that alone caused people to skip. So again, yeah, it's tough for gotcha games to write characters like that. It really is, because people do take it personally. And I mean, I'm not going to pretend like I'm not one of those people. Like, usually I don't care and I just kind of gravitate to, ooh, fun new character. There have been a few, though. There have been a handful of characters that
there are actually other characters in Star Rail I haven't pulled for because I didn't like them as characters, even though they are good. Like,
the biggest one's probably Jade.
Jade gives me heebie-jeebies.
Jade's kit is really cool, though.
So like, her animations are sick.
Yeah.
Her kit's pretty fun. Her as a person just gives me the heebie-jeebies, and I just don't like being around
So
her.
you didn't pull, and like
So I didn't pull.
Yeah.
Not because like it's bad. Like, her design is fun, her kit is fun, all that stuff is super well done, super well written. But the thing is, she just gives me the creeps. Ooh.
Well, and it's like it's the polar opposite of some characters that you've pulled that you don't use at all. You've pulled characters that you've never played.
True.
So it's
That is true. I have done that. I'm guilty of this.
I think everyone in Gacha is probably a little guilty of that. Now, most people do build their characters, but play them like constantly? Probably not. So it's, you get both sides. But I do hope we see that, at least Genshin dive into that with Snezhnaya, especially with how gray, like morally gray Snezhnaya has been leading up to this. Now, with the heavenly principles and the shades and everything getting involved, Snezhnaya will be cast in the good guy light, I bet you.
More so, I'd say.
Yeah, but at the same time, it would be neat if some of our playable characters are kind of like semi-villains or semi-questionable.
Gray. Kind of like Arlecchino. Arlecchino's pretty gray. She was very friendly to us because, we helped her kids out and everything. Ignore the fight. But still.
Is it bad that I kind of still see Arlecchino as like a total good guy? Like, I know she like kills people, but she
Murders.
like, It depends how you look at it, because like I look at it
I mean,
like
she was straight up gonna murder Farina if Farina
this
was
is
not
you
the
know,
person that she was.
That's a good point and everything, because like
If
I feel,
Farina actually was who she thought she was, straight up would have murdered her in the streets cold blood.
yeah, that's true. That's a good point and everything. Because whenever I look at Arlecchino, I see her like almost like a mercenary who goes in and like helps, like, because her whole goal is like saving kids from like disgusting people and basically eviscerating them. To
Still
me,
does raise them in a criminal organization that is
yeah,
around
okay,
assassinating and
you're
other
right. Okay, you're
things.
proving it. Arlecchino definitely morally gray, 100% in the gray zone. But I think like at least how I view her, and probably how a lot of people view her, she leans more on the good guy side
Mhm.
than the villainous side.
But the writers easily could have
They
put us
could've.
in a opposition way with literally keeping her story the exact same,
Yeah.
just with how we would have interacted with her in a different context could have led to a drastically different
Mhm.
dynamic that we could have had.
You know, another good example is Columbina. I honestly thought Columbina was going to be a psychopath.
That was more of our assumptions off of her
'cause
character than
what-
off of who she actually was.
And the game was leading us to believe, because like even like the earliest bit of like info we had was Child's voice lines about her.
Mhm.
And his whole thing was like, she scares me. I don't know if I want to mess with her. And that's coming from Child, the
Yeah.
battle-aholic.
But
What do
also
you-
an important thing is this is also
Okay.
from Child's perspective.
Right.
And
Exactly.
he's only focused on that stuff, and the fact that he couldn't quite understand her could have scared him as well. Obviously, this was also years before and could have been rewritten.
See, that's the thing. And
like completely.
they wrote it in a way where they could take it either way. And that was like my whole point with Columbina. Is Columbina, they wrote in a very, wow, she's super likable way, but they could have done the opposite too.
They could have. Yeah. So I'm very interested to see what they do with Odette here, because there is a lot of tension that is built up with who she is, her background, and everything that could lead to a lot of really interesting interactions. We'll have to see.
You know
For
what?
kit wise,
Oh, no, please.
I was just gonna say kit wise, I'm very tempted considering that she's like a very generalist support for both Lunar Chart,
Lunar.
Not lunar.
Superconduct. Yes.
and Stellar Swirl. Like she's a huge support for both of those, and maybe other types if they add more, or maybe there'll be like other supports for those other ones. I don't know. We're still early. There may be leaks. I don't know.
I think that was the most confusing thing off of the live stream, is when they talked about her being like a Glimmer support. We learned after the fact that Glimmer just means stellar reactions.
It's a stellar support.
Don't know why they didn't just call it stellar reactions, but whatever. I guess we're doing clever names now.
Don't
Lunar
know.
reactions was perfect in my opinion. It was like I get that.
It's
Like,
lunar is moon. Nod cries moon.
reaction.
Moon reaction.
Yep, that was
Genius.
it worked. I was like, I know what that is. I didn't have to think about it. But yeah, she's Glimmer, so that's what it is. She's gonna be good for probably mostly everyone.
Most everyone, but is that a trap though?
See,
I
that's
don't know.
because like up to this point, I feel like the super general support has always been the Archon, who like just fits in all the team slots.
Mhm. Because I do have a spot open for a character right now. I have
Marionette,
Marionette.
Yai
I have
Miko.
Yai Miko. I got Chi Chi. I could technically slot Odette in, and she would fit perfectly with my team.
But then if Cryo Archon comes
But
out
what about
later,
the Archon though? And literally the rest of the cast.
rest of the cast, yeah,
like,
there could be-
like, are they gonna like? Are there gonna be characters that replace my
several.
Yai Miko, or is there gonna be characters that replace my Chi Chi? I mean,
think-
obviously, characters can replace my main DPS because I have her just slotted in there. So if there's another one that comes out that's similar, I could obviously just put
Yeah,
it
you
there.
could. If you want, then you could make a choice of playing Snezhnaya or the new person and everything.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, you're correct. Because even though you have C1 Yaimiko because of the free constellation, which by the way, for everyone who did that, good on you guys. You really used that to your advantage. I wish I had pulls to do the same. But at the same time, like if they make another support that's similar, you can slot them both in. Like that's the reality and everything.
You
You
could.
could just do two buffers. That's usually how people play anyway.
With how
So-
I'm sorry, I keep talking at the same
No,
time.
no,
too.
you're
I'm
good.
so
We're
sorry.
both doing it. No, you go first. Oh, then I'll go.
I was just gonna say it's been very clever how Genshin is going forward with their new cast here,
Mhm.
and with how modular these new stellar reactions are. Sorry, I have hiccups right now, and I'm fighting so desperately not to do it. But it's been very smart and also very mean.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly why, at least for me, I will be skipping Odette. Like you have less of an excuse, I feel, because at the same time, I think it still could be safe for you to skip this one.
The thing is, I think because it's amazing. Like I could like perfectly slot her into my team,
Yeah.
and then it's like my team is already good.
It's like really good then.
But if I slap her in there, it's just like amazing. But the
Yeah.
problem is, it's amazing right now. But could there be better things in the future? I don't
And
know.
see, and that's the ultimate question is like, is minimal improvements worth it if you say like Odette more? Because like if you're someone who loves Odette's playstyle and you love her design and you end up loving her character, then I would say pull her.
Yeah, because her kit does seem like a ton of fun.
It seems also like a very safe character to pull if you are interested at all into stellar reactions. Like that just seems to be a safe pull. But if you don't care and you don't care for the character, I'd say wait and save. I personally think she looks cool. I'm gonna wait. Also, mainly because, like your pointer with Yaimiko, there's a lot of purple in this expansion. There's a lot of people that look like they are the flavor of purple, and I'm waiting to see how many Electro characters we actually get.
Especially since, you know, the Cryo Archons left and right hands are a stellar swirl and a stellar conduct.
Which
So
immediately
you
doesn't
know.
work together as far as we're aware, unless Swirl will work with Conduct, but I highly doubt it.
I mean, it's not like you can't do both at the same time.
See, that's another good question. Like, can
like
you?
you kind of can.
Imagine if you could. Imagine if I
mean-
can play, dude, if I can pull both the Maid and the Sugar Plum Fairy, I win.
I mean, like, it's not like the interactions stop each other because it's like, you know, you do stellar contact and that does the feel. It literally requires cryo, electro, and animo, and that's all you need. That's
Yeah.
like, I mean, it is. You can technically do both, unless like a system in the game prevents that. But you know, I don't know that because it's not out yet. Because Stellar Swirl is literally not in the game yet. So I have no idea.
We'll have to wait to see how it works and everything. And we know Mizuki's getting some stuff. They said it on the live stream with the wording changes, so I'm excited to see that as well. I'm kind of in the mindset of just I'm gonna wait for Cryo Archon, and I also like I think her name is Danica, the battle maid, the assassin maid, whatever she is. I want to see those. Those are the ones that really stood out to me from the trailer. I did like everyone. The guys look super cool. I do not expect what is his name? Noi, the fire elf looking dude, the red elf.
The guy with the Conrian.
I don't expect that guy to be playable this expansion. I expect him to be like an 8.0 or 9.0 character.
I mean, he may be our transition character.
He could. He could
No
be like
idea.
our, because he looks like Conria to me.
He's got that. He's got a very different aesthetic than
Yes.
most of the cast in Genshin, which makes me think he's either not playable or probably near the end.
Like, he could be the villain for all I know, honestly. He
Maybe.
looks the part. Alice was also introduced in the last bit, and she's not playable yet. So even though we got an introduction, even though we got the name title card thing, doesn't mean anything. So as of this moment, I'm just kind of locking in on Cryo Archon in the main.
I mean, sorry, I keep doing. I'm so excited. I'm sorry.
No, go for it. I want to
In
hear
fact-
it with you.
I'm,
No, just go. Don't worry.
the Archon may be a glimmer. I don't know.
She could be. Honestly, a
She may
generalist
be,
support.
Yeah, she may not even be a stellar conduct or stellar swirl. She may just be glimmer. In fact, that would actually make a lot of sense if she wants to run with either the Battle Maid or the Sugar Plum Fairy. That actually makes a lot of sense that she would be something that would support either one of them.
Both, yeah.
So actually, she's most likely glimmer.
She's most likely Glimmer. I actually kind of am holding out hope that she has like both a support mode and a DPS mode, just because that trailer showing off her like really cool spear, dude, we know what Hoyo can do with combat animations and whatnot. I really don't want that spear. And I'm not even talking about the Archon anymore. I don't want that spear to just be a simple like thing that you see for 2 seconds and then it goes off field again. That deserves on-field time.
Don't worry, she'll probably like plant it in the ground or something.
Oh, yeah, I guess it could be the banner. We talked
close
about
enough.
that in a past video. Yeah, 100% could
Give
be
me
a
that
banner.
Aurora Borealis
It could be.
flag. Give it to me.
Yeah, no, that would be interesting. I really hope that we start, you know, here's another thing. I want to bring Wuthering Waves as an example here. I really hope we
wow.
get like supports and healers that are more on field. I really want like Brant from Wuthering Waves.
I get that.
Like he's like a hybrid DPS character, but also heals and shields. And it's like,
There's actually quite a few of those characters in that game now.
yes, a lot of the healer. I actually love most of the healers in Wuthering Waves. I actually would main all of them if that was possible, but it's kind of not, but I guess you could.
Yeah. It would definitely be interesting to see because a lot of the healers we have in Genshin at the moment are off-field healers.
Yeah.
You pop the thing, go off.
You know, Linnea sort of kind of changed a little bit of that with her
Ish.
scary little Geo baby.
Yeah, but she's more of like her ultimates, her heal,
Yeah.
and her skill does a stupid amount of damage. Lumine is insane.
It seems like
So, kind
Genshin's
of?
versions of battle healers is Lumine and Escoffier. Like that's
Mhm.
their version.
But they're more of just like they do a lot of damage and their heal is a big burst. There's not like I go on field as this character and I do like
Really
a
cool,
decent amount
yeah.
of damage and I heal my whole party.
Which there are advantages too. That means you can stay as your main DPS if that's what
Mhm.
you're going for. But if you like the support, it kind of sucks.
It does suck. Mostly because they're super cool, like basic attack animations you'll never see.
Yeah.
Which sucks because a lot of healers actually have really cool animations. You will just never see.
Kind of reminds me of like a really good DPS character in Genshin currently and has been a part of the meta for a year now. Ineffa. Ineffa is insane, but you're never going to basic attack as her.
Yeah.
That I know of. Can you make a build? Or I don't think you can make a
I
build
mean, technically,
around
you
that.
can make anything work if you just grind enough.
That's true. Yeah, if there's a DPS Barbara, it's possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Ineffa's tough. Like it's a great example of she puts a shield on, she will burst every so often, which is a really cool animation. That's fun. But most of the time, you're putting the shield on and it triggering the lightning cloud, and like that's it. And then you're swapping to either Columbina or someone else.
Yeah.
It's like I want more. I want more time with Ineffa on the field.
Yeah. I would also like to see more teams in Genshin have two characters that are on field. I talk about this a lot, especially when we were talking about Lohen, because Lohen's whole thing was like competitiveness. And I would love a team where like, yeah, some of them can be supports, but I'd love a team where you do swap between two characters doing their thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really cool and interesting because like 99% of the teams in Genshin are either character on field and everyone else is doing off field stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, by 99%, I mean like basically all of them.
I-
Either some of them like do buffs and stuff or have stuff that applies things off field or stuff that hurts people off field and our main DPS, and that's kind of it. I'd love a team that's more like actually using two characters. I'd love that.
I fully agree with that. You know, maybe that's what Odette is. But like circling back around here and everything, maybe Odette, we saw in the live stream, she seems to summon a shadow ballerina thing and like can bounce around, and we were seeing her like attack with it. So I wonder if like Odette is going to be some like kind of well, obviously she's a sub DPS buffer, but I mean like maybe she's on field for a bit and then you do some stuff, then you swap off. Maybe.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd really
I
like
would like that.
I'd really like that.
Or you can summon her on field and she can be an on field DPS for a little bit.
Mhm.
Or you could just switch to someone else and the shadow clone will attack with you. Maybe. I don't know.
I get that, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I would love to see some kind of duo DPS comp, like where the characters like actually benefit each other by trading field time off. That would be really, really cool. Like games have like a sun and moon aesthetic, shadow and light. Like there's a bunch of things they could do with that for Genshin and whatnot.
Yeah.
Starreal's been
Genshin
doing that
is-
lately.
Yeah, but Genshin is not built around a system like that, so that's a lot harder
See-
for them to do. So I get that.
There are ways to do it. Like we're seeing now in Zenless. They're doing the triple anomaly team, and now like kind of everyone's a DPS. But there are obviously certain characters that are on fielder. What the freak did I just say? On field longer than others, but you can kind of do it however you want. It's up to you.
Yeah.
the
I mean,
player.
there's also unique teams like Hugo's team where you run a double stunner and you mostly play as the stunner and then Hugo just for the big burst. But then there is the problem that you don't really play as Hugo. You more just use him for the big boom of damage and then you swap back to the stunners. So-
Yeah, that's a thing.
But at least, different play styles. I would love to see what Genshin can do, especially since we are reaching near the end of Genshin's big story.
Base
here.
game story,
Base game
like
story.
7 years in the making, basically.
Like
it will be,
We're
yeah.
here. We're at Snezhnaya.
Because we're going
the
on
final of the 7.
Yes. So we're going on 6 years. So year 7 will be the big Conria, most likely, unless they change the plot, will be Conria or something. Celestia. I don't know. It'll be something.
Something like that, which means big things for both the story and gameplay. We'll have to see where they're going because I have a feeling they're probably also panicking, trying to figure out what the flip they want to do with it.
Well, they probably know what they're doing with that, but
No,
it's
I mean
after.
actually implementing it and getting it
Oh,
going.
yeah,
and
that could be a
stuff, and,
problem,
like,
yeah.
Not just like on the board, but like
in the game.
less than 2 years.
Yeah. And that's you just bringing that up is another thing to think about. And when it comes to like, if you're going to pull for Odette or whatnot, I think something you should definitely consider is, are you like super interested in Snezhnaya, or are some of you like wanting to save up for the next year, which does mean you're going to miss out on some fun things, but you'll also have a ton of Primo gems saved up for next year.
True.
When we're getting to like what will or should be the game's like grand finale of chapter 1 of Genshin 1 or whatever you want to call it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some heavy hitter like lore characters next year.
Oh, I mean, freaking Alice is
Like,
coming up soon.
Alice will probably be there. I could see Alice being our
I
transitional
mean, who
character.
knows? If we're dealing with the shades, we may be getting the captain.
We could. That'd be
Maybe.
interesting. Like, see him get free. The ley lines kind of got sort of patched a little bit last patch, or the last major story thing. So we'll have to wait and see what they do with that. He also may just be dead, which would be so sad.
I mean, if we beat up Death,
Hey, yeah, no. But then what do we do about that? Kind of breaking a law of nature there and everything.
Rules are meant to be broken.
This is not Star Rail.
Probably fine, but I think it would probably be safe to save up through at least a chunk of Snezhnaya here, just to see
I like the
all the
characters.
different. I know the characters
are so cool.
awesome, and they look great. And Odette's ultimate animations lighting still blows my mind every time I see it. It makes
really-
my jaw go. "Ah."
Yeah, it does.
But for the sake of the fact that they're still introducing a ton of new reactions and stuff and other things, and we don't really know a lot, probably safe to save. I'm going to struggle with that, especially with Odette basically being perfect for my team right now.
I'd say for you,
It's going to hurt.
do what you want, but big brother advice, wait for Cryo Archon, because I bet you Odette will rerun just around there as well.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe the Cryo Archon is just straight up better. Or maybe she's just different.
I highly doubt it.
No
I
idea.
bet you if it's a case of like better versus not, it's probably they could run together. If they both turn out to be Glimmer supports, I bet you can just throw them both in any of the stellar teams. And they'd just be super powerful.
Mhm. Especially if the buffs stack. Then
Yeah.
that may be a little crazy.
Yeah, no, a bunch like 300% glimmer damage or something, or whatever the flip they want to do with that. I can
Or
see something
if,
like that.
however the multipliers interact. I don't even really know what Glimmer does other than it buffs the other reactions.
That's a great question.
But at the same time,
what the
I
frick
actually
is
don't know
glimmer?
what that means.
What is Glimmer's like? What is the math problem behind Glimmer look like when it comes to like mathing out your damage and stuff?
Like, is it actually a multiplier? Because there's no way they just made Glimmer up for one character. There's at
No.
least going to be 2
That's
at
generous.
the very least.
2 is generous. I feel like it's gonna be 3, right? I feel like 2 or 3 has got to be. Yeah,
Like the Archon for sure is
100%.
most likely.
Yep.
At least that's what I would say. Unless they just decide to make up something entirely new.
everyone's planning on the Cryo Archon to essentially just be Cryo Columbina, where it's like she'll just work with all the teams. Watch it not be that at all, and everyone's plans are just ruined when she comes out.
Yeah, Columbina luckily does work with like every single
She
lunar
does.
reaction. So hopefully.
Even outside of lunar reactions, she actually works because she makes everything else lunar reactions. So it's everything's good.
Yep.
but
But
yeah.
yeah,
I think that's basically all of our rambling and stuff and talk.
tons
so
of random thoughts and stuff. So please let us know your random stuff and thoughts, I guess, in the comments below.
yeah,
Let us know your poll plans. Like, who are you wanting to save up for? What do you think Glimmer is going to be? And are you going for Odette? I'm really struggling, so give me your thoughts on that. Maybe that could help me decide what I want to do too.
And your team, just a refresher, is Chi-Chi, Yaimiko, Sandrone, and he's looking for a filler.
I'm
He's
looking
looking
for
for
a filler.
something.
Currently, I just have a filler character in there right now who's like kind of helping, not
Oh,
super.
A lot of people actually pointed out that Scuffier is actually not too bad because
No, I mean, she's not.
fi-
It is
the
a 15% is still huge.
The 15 shred on cryo resist actually goes quite far. Obviously, the 55 is even bigger, but it's hard to do that.
You physically can't.
The only way you could is if you pulled Odette and then you used Odette instead of Yaimiko. Then you'd have like all cryo.
Well, slight issue with that.
But
Then
then
I can't do Stellar then.
so that's the thing. So that's
I'm-
that's how
I'd
they're
be
balancing
missing-
that.
I'd be missing a key thing. to this equation.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. When I said that, I didn't think about it. I really didn't think.
I mean, for the pure cryo, yeah, I'd get 50. I'd get the shred.
I wonder,
but,
dude. Can we get? I want to see a team do only cryo. I genuinely want to see that. Like, what does the damage look like when you're not triggering stellar conduct? I feel like there's a key thing there.
I think there's a little bit of a key thing there.
Because Glimmer couldn't do squat for that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super curious. So please let us know your thoughts and opinions. And also, thank you for making it this
If you
far
made
into
it
the
this
video.
far, thank you so much.
You are a champion.
You have that
making
supports us a ton. And if you want to support us even more, check out our memberships. We just kicked those off, and they're there for like the sub badges, the emotes, and it also like highlights your comments to us, so we can like I think it
Does it?
Okay, so you can highlight one comment in a live stream, but what it does is if you go to your membership page, you can see comments specifically left by people. So when there's videos with a ton of comments, it just makes it easier. I will say though, I don't want to sound like I'm pitching it that way. I read most comments anyway. So
yeah. I didn't know that was a thing, honestly.
but I didn't either. I found it like yesterday. So when I was going through like all the like member pages and settings and stuff and learning about it all and all
But
of
yeah,
that.
we got that going. If you want
We got all
to
that
help
going.
support us, channel and stuff like that, super greatly appreciated. But yeah, no, again, thank you just for making it this far in the video.
And I guess with that, well, we're going to head out. It's kind of late here, so we love you all.
And Lord willing,
We'll see you in the next one.
bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.